Hey, church family, Pastor Garin here, sitting in Tony's formerly occupied chair anyway. What a great Sunday it was celebrating with him this last Sunday. I hope you were able to join us. If not, that's all right. We're going to post some stuff online. Hopefully you'll be able to see some of the songs and the interviews and that kind of stuff. We had a wonderful day celebrating. It wasn't in person. We're going to do it. We are going to celebrate in person sometime, and we look forward to when we can do that. But till then, we were certainly grateful that we could celebrate a little bit this past Sunday and honor Tony's legacy with us. And we hope that you were able to join us. Like I said, if not, we'll pass some of that along to you. You could check that out. Hey, I heard a story this morning on the radio, and I thought, man, I need to share that with our church. So I want to pass it along to you. Maybe you've heard it before. I think Ray Stedman was the man who wrote this story in a book of his he published 20-some years ago. But I just heard it today, so I'll share it with you. There's a story about a missionary couple who was coming back from Africa. They lived their entire lives in Africa. And on the same boat on which they were returning to the United States, returned to New York Harbor, was Teddy Roosevelt. President Roosevelt was on there, and he'd gone to Africa on one of his big game adventure that he was so famous for doing. And so when he was there on the ship, of course, everybody was around trying to get attention from the president, and this old missionary gentleman looked at his wife and said, gosh, everybody's just surrounding this guy and wants a piece of his time. That doesn't seem fair. Like they had no money and were coming into New York and hoping to find a place to stay, and had given their entire lives to the mission field, to God's work in the mission field, and just didn't seem fair to this old man. And so they come in to the port finally, and when they get to the port, what had happened on the ship was even more so. The cameras were all there, the papers were there waiting to see President Roosevelt, and this missionary couple with no fanfare whatsoever climbed off the ship and went, and that evening they found this small tiny one-bedroom place where they could stay, and the gentleman was still bothered by it, and he came into his wife and said, look, I can't get over how President Roosevelt goes, and just for sport everybody wants a piece of his time and to hear what happened to him, and we gave our entire lives to the service of the Lord, and nobody's even there to greet us at all. And he was just broken spirited. And his wife, as all of us hope to have people in our lives that do, said, well, why don't you just take that up with the Lord and see what God has to say about it? And so that's what the gentleman did. He went in and he prayed and for a while, and he came back out, and his wife noticed that the man's countenance had completely changed. And she said, well, you look different. What, did you have some time to pray? And he said, yes. He said, I did. I prayed to the Lord, and I was so aggravated that when President Roosevelt had this big homecoming that everybody was there and celebrating him, and we got into the harbor and nobody even knew we were there. And it's as though God put a hand on my shoulder, and in that moment of my despair, said words that I'll never forget. Well, you see, son, you're not home yet. And I thought, wow, how great is that? And I think about Tony, who sat in this chair for so many years, and I just had the good pleasure of seeing Miss June Robbins, who's doing okay, by the way, and I got a chance to see her for just a few minutes and check in on her. We were mask wearing and socially distanced appropriately, but and I thought about her and all that she's done with our homebound ministry over the years, and I just think about these servants. There's a lot happening in the world, and there's a lot of fanfare around other things, but we're not home yet. And if you're thinking, gosh, does it even matter if we do the right thing? Does it even matter? I mean, nobody even seems to notice. There's so much else going on in the world. Well, it's because we're not home yet. The fanfare's coming one day, but we're laying up treasures not here, but in a different place. So I don't know if you need to hear that word today, but I needed to hear that word, and so I thought I would pass it along to you. I hope you're doing well. Listen, I love how I hear that we've been checking in on each other. I don't think it's a secret. They shared it on Facebook, but there is a couple who come and worship with us at times who have been diagnosed with the COVID virus, and we were able to help them some, and our prayers certainly go out to them. I know some of you have been sick in maybe in that way, but certainly in other ways, and our prayers have been with you. But we want to look out for each other, and that's what we're here for. We share in this fellowship and the power of the Spirit together, and so we're grateful to be able to care about each other and show love to one another. If you need help, if you need something, please let us know. We'd love to be able to do that as a community of faith. But know that we love you and we care about you. We hope that you're doing well, and we hope that you'll join us this coming Sunday for, again, a wonderful Sunday of worship and celebration. We hope you'll come join us. God bless you, and we hope to see you soon. Take care.